I want to move to another technique, and this is about, whereas likability is sort of creating demand because people like you, there's another way to create demand, and it's through your expertise. How does your big brain and your knowledge about the marketing and the selling of real estate impact? And our technique for that is called give to get. So in your world, when you go on that listing and you meet the person for the first time and you're walking around the house, your give to get is advice and thought leadership and strategy for how they can sell the house the fastest for the most. When you're walking around that house, tell me about how you create demand by giving away insights and advice as you interact with that person.
Yeah, Mo, that's such a great concept, and we've studied that concept together, and we've taken that concept to our agents, and they practice with that.
Without a doubt.
And you've got to kind of make that connection first. You've got to show a bunch of different angles as it relates to pricing strategies. You got to hit their creative side and say, well, we're going to do our open house differently. We're going to do it this way. We're going to reach out and touch people in a lot of different aspects as it relates to print advertising, digital advertising, and you want to kind of have this whole umbrella around what you're doing, which is what you teach, right? A bunch of different touch levels.
Right. Well, and you just hit on just perfect segue to the next step. Once the demand's created through likability and you're providing some insights in that buyer of your services, the seller of the house, they're starting to think, man, I can learn from this person. One thing I know that you do really well is then you build the way that you're going to go to market together. And that goes back to those 4 thinking styles. And that you set the strategy with them and you get buy-in. You just role played it.
Right.
Then you start thinking about dates and execution, who's going to do what by when. Then you start talking about your network. When I went through the process where you're like, oh, I got this person, I got to call that person. You know who else is going to like your house is this person. And then you start talking about your fees, and you're not the cheapest, you're the best. It's worth the money to buy you. So strategy, details, the team, and the money is something that you get, I think you get incremental buy-in. So when it's time to get signed up, they've already, through incremental yeses, they're already ready to go.
Right,
Is
right.
that right?
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. It's with everything that we put together and put out on the table, it's very hard for them to say no.
Yeah. It's because you've gotten 20 little incremental yeses on the strategy and on the details and the team and the money.
Right.
By the time it gets to the end, they've already said yes to the big thing because you've got all the little yeses.
Well, from a sales strategy standpoint, this is something that you taught us is, no matter who you are presenting to, be it a best friend or being it somebody that you just met or being a referral from one of your clients,
right.
Give that listing presentation 100% to them. Don't think that you're already going to get it because of a relationship or because you sold their aunt's house or because they're a great friend.
Right.
Go ahead and give your 100% presentation.
Yeah.
And I think that's a really wonderful thing to do.